G'day, it's Rob here again. Well, I think it's time for another product review, and once again VEVOR have come to the party. This stuff turned out pretty good. I've not had a dud yet. It's been good value for money. Anyway, in this case I was driven by necessity. I mean, it's been that cold in Adelaide lately. It's been absolutely freezing. And it got down to like half a degree the other morning. And trying to work in the workshop, it's just terrible. And like trying to heat it, well, it's so expensive, electricity and all that. And I was looking at, what these guys have got in their workshops, and quite a lot of people have got these little diesel heaters now. These Chinese diesel heaters, and they come in a range of different outputs. So I thought, Jesus, maybe I should get one of those. Maybe, can it heat the shed? It's unlikely to heat the whole workshop. It's only like the maximum wattage, like 8,000 watts. But if it can heat around the work area, around the bench, that's all it's really got to do, and I can carry on. So I'll see what VEVOR have got to say about this. So got on to VEVOR and said, what's the chances of me reviewing a diesel heater? And they said, yeah, sure, which one do you want? Because they come in a whole bunch of sizes, and they're basically sort of 5 kilowatt, 8 kilowatt seem to be the most sort of popular, and physically they vary a bit. Some are bigger dimensionally than others, and some have got a larger fuel tank than others, but I think the guts of it is basically the same from what I can gather through all of them. It's just that they have different programming. Electrically like they vary in the way they control the fuel pump, I think. So anyway, I want the most powerful one they had, so I said, can you send us the 8 kilowatt one? He said, yep, will do. Here she is, it's arrived. And yeah, we'll take it out of the box and we'll fill it up and see what it goes like. I'm not going to pull it to bits because plenty of other people have pulled them apart, and I don't see the point myself. And of all the styles they've got, I like this one. It's a nice, it's a good looking compact sort of unit. And I'll show you basically what the plan is. Okay, here's some screen grabs of what's going to be in the box. Now the workshop is roughly 20 foot by 30 foot, double vehicle garage, and it's somewhat cluttered. You're not going to get a vehicle in here. It's got a couple of motorbikes in here, a few lathes, and you can see what the story is. And the only place I can actually put a heater easily is there, where that new workbench is. I showed in a video recently. So the plan is that we put the heater up this end of this work area here, and that way we can run the exhaust pipe out and down and out through the bottom of the door. There's a drainage channel there, so we can vent all the nasty noxious gases out, which actually aren't all that nasty and noxious compared to petrol. Petrol's got way more bloody deadly gas emissions than diesel, but it's still not good for you, so you should get rid of it. So yeah, and then I'll also have the heater here, and over here I'll have my power supply, which I'm going to use my EcoFlow River Pro to power it, because you need some electricity. And then I've got all the work area here I can fiddle around on. It's only a small work area, but it'll be enough. And I've got a vise I can put on there if I have to, and it'll be good for a winter's day. You can see over there I've already got a bit of pipe there for the exhaust that I'm going to use, some stainless. So I'll bring that concertina type pipe that they have out and stick it in the end and lean it on an angle this way and shoot the gas out, the exhaust out under the door. That's the plan. The box got a bit of damage in transit, came through Australia Post, but I don't think it's anything significant. Generally the VEVOR packaging is pretty damn good, you know, and I've had boxes, you know, come through before with chunks out of them and holes in them, and the products have been okay because they've always been well padded with polystyrene and stuff like that, so I don't expect any issues. So the next thing is take out the box and see if we've got all the bits. So this is what's in the box. Just open the top. This is, as I said, this is the 8,000 watt unit. They do 5,000 and they do 2,000. Well, there she is. Looks good. Quite solid. Looks nicely made. Yeah. Remote control. This hasn't got Bluetooth. I didn't want Bluetooth anyway. I wouldn't use it. If you want to spend a bit extra, you can get Bluetooth. But the price on this is actually pretty damn good. Okay, that's your hot air outlet, fuel filler, slot so you can get a screwdriver in there to access the hose clamps for the two lines, one in and one out. So that'll be air into the burning chamber and exhaust out, I would think. Fuel line. Yeah. All the welding looks alright. They've got cutouts here and here so you can run the various, either of these or both of those pipes out through there. But from what I've seen, you have to really put these units on blocks or something, lift them up so that the exhaust is lifted higher up away from the bench top, or you could burn your bench top. So I've got some wooden blocks so I can do that. Oh, what's on the back? It's quite weighty actually. On the back we've got the power supply connector, because you need 12 volts to run these. Air intake for the heat exchanger, so air in there. The burner heat exchanger heats the air in through there and it spits it out the front in whatever direction you want to send it. Yeah, they've got a screen here as well. And that's it. Okay, so here's a box with all your ancillary bits and pieces. That's the stuff you would have seen in other videos. Clamps for the hoses. That's the outlet. That's the inlet. There's a filter for the end of it. That's the outlet omnidirectional vent, which you can use or not as you want. Muffler for the exhaust, and here's the exhaust. So that's what you get, and then you get diesel heater instruction booklet, tough tools, half price, which is pretty right. There's the three models they make. There's the three sort of shapes you can get, and I have heard that these aren't as good as this one as far as sort of rocking around the place. If you're travelling, you know, this is more of a stable unit, being lower and squatter. So yeah, if you're going to buy this for a camper van or something rather than a workshop, well, I think this is probably the best unit. Overall, I quite like that. I think it looks good. Booklet's pretty pretty comprehensive, you know. We'll have to go through it all, and, you know, if all else fails, read the book, as they say. Right, well that should give us the clearance we want to clear the exhaust. It's just a couple of blocks of wood. What are they? 80. So now the exhaust pipe's got heaps of clearance. So the next job is to do the wiring. I've fitted the air filter pod thing at the back of the unit. There's a hole there cut out, so you run the hose in through there and hook it up inside. And you can see here how it just routes around and goes up in. I couldn't get a clamp on this end pipe for this, but it's not really necessary. It's not going to go anywhere because it's up against that, and it fits in with, you know, alongside that fuel line quite nicely. So yeah, moving on. So now we've got the exhaust pipe fitted. You can see we've got stacks of clearance here. That'll be excellent. So it'll come up, and then I'll bend it down out this way and put the big long pipe on it. So I've got a clamp on there. That's all good. Okay, so we've got the wiring done, and that will just hook into this plug here to run off of the EcoFlow. Okay, well I've got it all hooked up now, got the exhaust on for now, and you can see how that's going. I've ordered some more exhaust pipe, some of that concertina stuff like they supply, and I'll finish up, I'll run that pipe down vertical and then put a 90-degree bend in the new bit of pipe and shoot it out under the door. Alright, it should be ready to go now, so we'll turn on the power. And she's lit up. Okay, so now we press and hold the middle button of the 3 buttons for 3 seconds. Now I've already primed this unit, primed the pump, and it blew out quite a bit of white smoke when I did it, so I won't show you that. That's just another step you have to do before you get to here, but anyway, we'll hold the button. And she starts up. Hear the fan kick in. So it's starting to get the pump going. And so it's basically the pump and the glow plugs pulsing. So yeah, she's firing up. You can hear the fan pumping the heat through, and the burners are roaring. So now you can see what is pulling just in the run state. So it's 25 to 53 watts. And it's going to run the burner, run the heater for 17 to 19 hours. So on the EcoFlow. So yeah, a couple of days running off of one charge. We'll use my meter, which has got a probe, so this will give you an accurate reading of the air temperature. Some of the temperatures I've seen on videos, I'm sure they're reading off the element, and it's not just the air temperature. So that is the actual air temperature. On 54C. And that's on the auto setting. It's running really well and putting out plenty of heat. Yeah, that's good. So that will go a long way to warming up the workshop. Noise-wise, there's more noise from the exhaust than there is from the pump. The pump's actually not that bad. So I think I'll get another muffler. You can get improved mufflers, and I'll add another muffler, so that would cut the noise right back. But the actual unit itself is pretty quiet, not bad at all. Yeah, really good. So that's going to be pretty good. I've got a nice work area there. The heat will stay in the corner here pretty well. Well, it goes through the whole shed, I suppose, but certainly I've got a good, good little spot here I can keep warm and do some work. And it'll be interesting to see how well it heats the workshop on a really cold day, because it's not really that cold today. But certainly it's all been pretty plain sailing, not difficult to set these up. And yeah, if you want one of these, I think they're pretty good, so far anyway. So if you want one, there's a link to the product in the video description. There's also a discount code there. You can get off another 5%, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I think it's better than I expected, really. It's a bit of a cult machine these days, really, with workshops, and this is a really good configuration, I think. Okay, well that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.